on Monday night. We took a week sabbatical, or a martet. I don't know how that works. Martes in Spanish is Tuesday. That's weird. But, hey, tonight, sbRAW. sbR was live at Raw from Long Island, New York. We have cheers and jeers. One of us watched 80% of Slammiversary. I won't say who, but it was Swarley. And, oh, yeah, Eddie Kingston's with us. 646-716-9323. You know what it is. Let's go.
Season 4 is tearing up the Victor. Number 1 is indication we are the victors. So crank it up, make the sound surround. Just like a tombstone, it's about to go down. Introducing sbR and Cool K-Dog, Swarley and Indy, oh my God. Bringing the hottest topics from inside the square circle. Impact is so hard to be black, blue, and purple. Give us a count, real talk, no lies. Let's talk more action, cause we won't stick sides. We won't athletes, not actors, respectable champions. Green Bay Packers, speak now or forever hold your peace. 646-716-9323. That's the number to call. We wanna hear your views. Be sure to check out all the new interviews. Not to mention all the shows that we gon' be discussing. The storylines and promos that are flat out discussing. The airwaves, homie, we gonna burn them up. Talk Impact Radio. You know what time it is. Turn it up, turn it up. You gotta turn it up, turn it up. You need to turn it up, turn it up. You better turn it up, turn it up. You gotta turn it up, turn it up. You need to turn it up, turn it up. You better turn it up. This is your boy 3J, and you are tuned in to Talk Impact Radio.
What is going on, everybody? It is Monday, June 13th, and this is Eddie Kingston and sbRAW. I am your host for the evening, Swarls, joined as sometimes by my co-hosts, one of whom tonight is the big dog, the owner and operator of Talk Impact Radio, Indie Pro Central. What's going on, buddy?
I know you guys missed that. We'll make it out a sound bite. Not much, man. I'm really pumped for tonight's show. We got a lot to talk about, and we got to get started pretty quick before we run out of time.
Totally. Now, with that said, we're going to take a chance and throw it to Cool K-Dog.
Oh, God.
What's going on, Cool K-Dog?
Yeah. Not much. Just living life, watching 3 hours of Raw tonight. That was fun.
That was crazy. Now, tonight, we are going to be joined by Eddie Kingston of Chikara fame. He is not with us at the moment, so I think what we're going to do is, correct me if I'm wrong, Indy, I believe we're going to jump into cheers and jeers.
Yeah, we're gonna have one or two of them out the way, kill some time.
Yeah.
But he will be with us shortly.
Yes.
How about I go first?
Go ahead, Indy.
Get off my chest. First off, I know a lot of people, they think I'm a Dallas hater just because I hate Dallas, but that's not true.
Well, that would kind of make it seem like you're a Dallas hater if you hate Dallas.
I know. I actually live in the city of Dallas. I also work there. And this week, you may have heard that the Dallas Mavericks, they won a little volleyball game last night. Everybody's talking about it. They're all excited. Mavericks win. Hoorah. But that I'll be a man. That is my cheer this week. Good job, Mavericks. But I'm really just happy for Jason Kidd. And I'm also really enjoying all these shots at LeBron James that have hit the internet this week. So cheer for that. I mean, that's free entertainment on Twitter. So good job, Mavericks and LeBron. Oh, and you can amateur comedians out there. Good job.
I didn't even know that, like, Dallas won for, like, an hour or so, because everything on, like, my Facebook, it wasn't like, yeah, Mavericks win. It was all just like, lol, LeBron. I thought he had just, like, messed up or something, or, like, did something stupid. It was all just like, haha, LeBron, you suck, in your face. And then, like, an hour later, it was, like, on SportsCenter, and I was like, oh, Dallas won. Good for them.
That is the story. Not Dallas won, LeBron lost. So That's interesting. And my jeer this week is to WWE putting R-Truth in the main event of Capital Punishment against John Cena for the WWE title. I actually just said that sentence. It's actually true. That's not a joke. It's not a hoax. That's a real match this Sunday.
Indy, I feel like you've used this as your jeer before.
I hate you.
No. I have cheered the failure of WWE before when R-Truth broke Raw. But, I mean, when all else fails, jeer R-Truth or TNA. And right now, I'm just in a hating that match moment. Because there's so many other matches that they could go with. But I just don't like them.
Though? Are there?
I honestly, I don't know. But I'm going to say no. I mean, yes. I'm going to say yes. There are.
No, this was a good match.
Yeah. Well, that's that. That's my jeer. And I feel like Cool K-Dog and I have beef. You can cut the tension in this room with a saw.
I mean, I'm sleeping. I'm just gonna boo the entire time Christian and Randy Orton's going on.
Okay.
Stand up and turn my back.
Low blow, Cool K-Dog. Low blow.
So for people who are listening, Cool K-Dog actually wants to go to the show, the pay-per-view this Sunday in his neighborhood, and really it's because all the hosts go to every show ever because we got it like that.
Yeah.
That's why
yeah.
sbRAW was at Raw tonight.
We have money now.
Yeah. So you want to turn your back on Randy Orton and Christian, who are two of my favorite wrestlers, and I want to ask you this: when you do that, and the people around you are like, "Hey, what is this guy doing?" What are you going to tell him? Oh, this guy in the internet radio show that I do?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to plug our show. I fit the show into every conversation I have. Like, oh, what did you do yesterday? Well, I ate lunch, and then I did this awesome radio show that you haven't heard of, and you should listen to right now. You have your Stitcher app, and you can pull that up on your iPhone and listen to it right now.
Nice.
But,
nice.
When Cool K-Dog goes to Taco Bell and they ask him what he wants, he goes, I, Cool K-Dog, host of talkIMPACTradio, will have a number 4.
You've probably heard of him.
Yeah. I'm a pretty big deal.
If you want to just give me the meal for free, I'll give you an autograph, that whole thing. Actually, hold on a second. Eddie Kingston's calling me.
Indy. So, Cool K-Dog, what do you want to talk about while Indy's away?
How awesome that the truth is, because he was pretty awesome tonight.
He wasn't bad tonight. I'll give him that. He was solid.
Made fun of stupid John Morrison.
Yes, no one likes John Morrison.
Okay, that was my fault. Or actually, it was Eddie's fault. Eddie will be on the show right now, so let's keep an eye on that.
Okay. I got my eyes peeled.
He called the wrong number, guys.
I don't understand whose fault it is, but okay.
I'm almost positive it's Indy's fault. I mean, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, there's no man on the planet that's gonna say it's his fault. So.
Well, I mean, even if it was Eddie Kingston's fault, I'm not gonna blame him.
No, not at all.
Come on.
We don't do that.
Speaking of which, I believe he has just called in.
There we go.
Is this Eddie Kingston?
Yes. So what happened? What was my fault?
No, nothing was your fault.
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing was your fault. Oh, don't kill me. We are off on the wrong foot.
No, it's okay. I called the wrong number. I know I called late. I'm sorry, guys. What's going on?
Oh, nothing much. How are you doing?
Doing all right. I fell asleep. Now I'm up.
There you go.
So I'm up. All
right. So let's get going then. We've had you on before. Last time,
yes,
I believe it was right after you had wrestled Bryan Danielson in his big.
Who's that guy?
Oh, Daniel Bryan. Excuse me. You might have heard of him. He's a big TV wrestler.
I heard that name. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was kind of the big match that people were talking about you. Now the big match that's kind of been floating around, which is not something I ever would have thought. You and Sid Vicious. What?
My man. That's my man.
How did that even happen? Like, what is the story with that match?
The promoter from PWS hit me up It was like, hey, would you like to come in? And I was like, yeah, maybe, I don't know. You know what I mean? Well, I was in one of those moods when it came to wrestling, and he said, well, you come in, you can wrestle Sid. I said, all right, I'll be there. And that's basically how it was done.
Were you a big Sid fan, or was it just, you know, he's a big guy, you know, like a big name that you wanted to wrestle, or were you a fan?
No, I was a fan. Definitely growing up, you know what I mean? How could you not be during that era of time, you know?
I mean, I wasn't a huge Sid fan, I'm not going to lie.
You should have been.
I know, I'm terrible. I was too busy being obsessed about, like, gay Shawn Michaels shirts, but I digress.
Oh, okay, well, there's a difference. Me and you, I was not I was such a huge Bret Hart fan. When he beat Bret Hart, I lost it.
I was so happy.
Wow. Talk about if you weren't on the wrong foot already. You're going to die by the end of this interview.
No, not at all. Everyone has their opinion.
You'll never find me.
Oh, no, I will. Don't say that. I will.
All right.
But we're good.
All right, we're good. Were you bummed that the match was as short as it was?
I knew it wasn't going to be long.
Yeah.
I knew it wasn't. You know what I mean? Guy's been doing it for X amount of years. I don't know how many, 27 or something like that. I don't know how many years he's been doing it. Yeah, and, you know, my offense is suplexes and strikes. He's not going to want to do a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right on, yeah.
So it's just a respect thing, you know?
Yeah.
And if people think, like, I don't know, when people book guys who've been in this business for X amount of years and expect them to go 15, 20 minutes, they're out of it. In my opinion, it's not really, you're not going to get what you want out of that. You know, you're going to get what they want, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, right on.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Now, also, recently, some recent news, you have been working for the Urban Wrestling Federation.
Yes, sir.
And the new project. What is that even about? How did you get involved with that? What was the experience like?
Well, I got involved with it. Homicide actually put in the word for me, for the guys to hit me up, and they hit me up, and they were like, "You want to do it?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." You know, here's my price, and they're like, "All right." It's very simple. There's no like crazy story behind it, but you know what I mean. It's something different. You know what I mean. It's not your traditional wrestling. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's I don't know if anybody's a fan of that show. Does anyone remember The Wire? That used to be on HBO. Anybody? Nothing.
I've never watched it, but I've heard of it.
How dare you? Oh, you're really good.
I don't get HBO, man. I'm pretty broke. Pretty broke.
Wow, man, I gotta buy you the DVDs now.
All right.
Oh man.
Well, it's like The Wire, and I think I told Mike Johnson that instead of shooting guns, we wrestle our problems out. We fight. You know what I mean? So that's basically what it is. It's The Wire that meets wrestling, and it was a lot of fun. And I got to meet Melly Mel. A lot of the other rappers, Uncle Mert, the 40 Clock, Cuban Link, who's a good guy, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that was a lot of fun. I was there with the SATs, the Maximum Bros, whatever you want to call them, whatever their new names are now. You know what I mean? They're in the group I'm in, so it was cool hanging out with them, of course, you know? And like I always tell Red, it's a man's game now, so, you know, it was fun. It was definitely fun. Got to wrestle in the Hammerstein, which I've never done before. Got to wrestle my mentor, Homicide, you know what I mean? And, a good match with him.
Yeah.
I think it was a good match.
Yeah. When you say it's like The Wire, do you, like, is it very like heavy on like story and promo, or is it just kind of like that feel? Like,
it's heavy on story and promo.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, then the wrestling. You know what I mean? Wrestling is in the title, so you have to have wrestling for it. You know?
Yeah. All right.
There were a lot of promos. A lot of promos were cut.
A lot of promos. All right.
Now here's the question. Do you think this promotion is a little bit racist because most white people aren't urban?
Wow. That just.
Oh man.
That just
oh wow! What a question.
Wow.
There's a couple of white kids that wrestle. So, you know what I mean? I'm half white. What do you want? You know what I'm saying? So, I wouldn't say it's racist because, you know, it aimed at the hip hop community, but I don't think hip hop's racist. You know.
Yeah.
All right.
You know what I mean? That's the way I look at it. No.
Okay. Switching gears.
Good question, though. That was a very good question. That was a good question. You got to check out the pay-per-view on June 24th.
All right.
That's all I'm saying. And then everyone can say what they want to say. Yeah.
Yeah. I know. I'm pretty white though. I'm just gonna stare at it and be like, I don't even understand. What are they speaking? Yeah.
Oh,
is this English? What's going on? All right. So anyway.
Oh my God.
Wow, that was racist.
That was racist. I apologize to our listeners.
No, he doesn't.
Wow. Yeah. All right. So anyway, quickly switching subjects. The main reason we're having you on this week is to promote the big double shot this weekend with Chikara and AIW. You have the very unfortunate task of wrestling Brody Lee and BJ Whitmer on the same day. What did you do to deserve this, basically, the question.
I wanted it. You know, me and Brody wrestled once at Jersey Old Pro. We didn't really get a lot of time. I want to wrestle Brody Lee. I want to see what he got, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? He's supposed to be the big badass. I want to see if he really is. You know, I want to see if he hits as hard as he runs his mouth. And BJ Whitmer, been a big fan of BJ's ever since basically I saw him in one of the, I think the first year they called the TPI. You know, I think he won it. Big fan of his. Since then, followed his career. Actually became friends with him. Teamed up with him a little bit at IWA Mid-South. You know what I mean? That angle didn't follow through. Well, a lot of things didn't follow through. And, you know what I mean? But I wanted that, too. When they told me it was B.J. Whitman, I was like, yeah, I'll be there.
But so you've never wrestled him before in all the times that you've been around?
No, first time I will have the opportunity to wrestle B.J.
Very cool, very cool. So you've kind of been facing a lot of big names recently, Akira Tozawa, Daniels, Homicide. Any thoughts on those guys, on the matches you had?
The match with Tozawa is, you know, that was just a rough weekend altogether.
Yeah.
But because of the passing of Larry Sweetie. And then the emotional match that I had with Cannon the night before, my match with Tozawa. But, you know, it was a lot of fun, and I enjoyed being in the ring with him. Not a big fan of the Dragon Gate style, but I'm a big fan of Tozawa's. I don't know if that makes any sense.
Oh, he's a madman.
But it was a lot of fun to be in there with him, and it was a nice way to cap off, you know, basically the weekend of healing, I guess you could say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we all need that weekend. My match with Homicide at Chikara was a lot of fun, a match that I enjoyed very much. I enjoyed the pace. I enjoyed the style. Match with, what's the guy's name again? Brian Danielson?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Was that kid? That kid?
Yeah.
No, that was a great honor and a lot of fun. I wish I could have done better. I didn't like my performance too much, but I never really do. Wish I could have done better. Christopher Daniels was a lot of fun too. I think that was King of Trios last year. To be able to be in the ring with Christopher Daniels, a guy who I watched when he was with UPW X amount of years ago. You know what I mean? And just being a huge fan of his was again a great honor to be in the ring with. And I'm watching Raw right now. I DVR'd it, and Daniel Bryan's on my screen.
Nice. Now,
there you go.
What do you like those Sin Cara lights? Because I hate them. I can't stand them.
It's something different, and I believe, you know what I mean? It is different. That's all I can say. I can't say I hate it or even if I love it. To be honest with you, I'm kind of indifferent to it. They're trying to, you know, it's just different. They're trying to do something different with the guy. You know what I mean?
I mean, so, I don't mind putting like different lighting. I just think it's too dark. Like you can, you know.
Well, it is a little too dark at some point. You know what I mean? Like right now, they're in like a certain corner, and you can't really see the corner. What they're doing in there.
Yeah.
So no, I can see that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're making progress here.
It's better than a strobe light just spinning for 10 minutes. Well,
oh, that would be rough.
Yeah, that'd be
crazy.
All right. So we talked about this a little before you called in, and last time you were here, we talked about the World Cup. So you know, might as well throw it out there. What were your thoughts on the NBA championship?
Look, I do not like LeBron James. I don't care what anyone says. He's a cocky, arrogant fuck. And that's just proven by what he said today in this Twitter, some bullshit like, you people are going to wake up with your problems and I'm still going to blah, blah, whatever the fuck he said.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? You have to understand, you put yourself in that position, you know what I mean? You put yourself in the position to be the heel, I guess you could say,
Yeah.
you know, by doing that whole fucking retarded fucking, I'm taking my talent to South Beach. Yeah, you can tell me that you did it for the kids, that the kids got the money or whatever, but you could have just said, look, I'm doing it for the kids and I'm going to go to the Miami Heat to play with my friends Wade and Bosh. That's all you had to say. You didn't have to be all fucking arrogant about it. It came off arrogant. It came off like he was just a cocky little prick. And then doing that interview saying we're not going to win 1, 2, 3. You put a target on your back, and now you're going to complain that the target's there?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I would accept if I was him. He's a great ball player. Don't get it wrong. Great ball player. If I was him, I would accept that, like embrace the target and play it up. You know, and not get mad that people are like hating on him. If you know you're the biggest heel going today, kid, deal with it. Do it. Play it up. So happy for the Mavs. Happy for Jason Kidd and Dirk Nowitzki and all them.
Now, are you a Knicks fan or do you have a team?
I am a Knicks fan.
Okay, me too. And it almost happened this year. Ugh. I just had to get that.
I'm happy we just went to the first round of the playoffs. I'm just happy we made the playoffs. Now, next year, if we don't get past the first round, I'm going to be mad.
Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be some heads rolling in Big Apple. That's and they're making all the office changes now, and it doesn't make sense. Like I didn't really understand why you're making any changes. Just let it be. But
I didn't understand the front office changes. They got to come up with something.
Yeah, I guess. I don't understand that. But, I was really happy for Jason Kidd. And that's kind of what we talked about. It's like the story here isn't that the Mavericks won. It's that LeBron lost, which kind of sucks for the Mavericks. But,
well, you know what? You may think it sucks for them.
Yeah.
I mean, a little bit. But not that much. I'm sure they're not losing sleep going like, oh, ESPN covered LeBron more than they covered Nowitzki. So mad. Oh, we lost Eddie.
Yeah, I was going to say, that was kind of an abrupt ending to that sentence.
Yeah.
You might say it sucks for them. Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, my argument was so good. There's no answer he had for it. He was like, yeah, well, that's the end of that. You win this one.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be back.
Yeah. I assume he'll be back, yeah.
646-716-9323. Help us out, man. We like tag teaming these interviews. So get on the line, ask away, man. How often do you get a superstar at your mercy?
All right, Eddie's back on the line.
Am I that superstar that you want to talk to, or it was LeBron James that cut us off?
Maybe. I think he's got it like that. He owns BTR.
Yeah, he has people that work for him that just look around the internet for what people are saying about him and take it down. You take it down.
No.
Definitely does.
All right. So this is a question from our chat room. WWF Attitude wants to know, who would win in a fight, Kamala or Sid?
Wow.
That is kind of rough.
Yeah.
That one I can't even.
Yeah,
that's man. I would have to go with Kamala.
Kamala.
Yeah. He's from Uganda. He's a savage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They don't mess around over there. Yeah, that's a crazy place. You know, I mean, Sid's bigger, but Kamala's just got that. You know, he's crazy, man. You don't know.
He's a savage. You can't mess with those guys.
Yeah.
No. They will eat you.
Basically.
Oh man. But no, we actually did. We kind of mentioned the B.J. Whitmer match earlier. What are your thoughts on his return? Sudden return to indie wrestling this year.
Took him too long. Took him too long to come back. I wanted him back earlier, but I'm just happy he's back.
Now, do you think that's gonna mess up any perhaps opportunities he would have had maybe 2 years ago?
Oh, it all depends how he is in the ring now. You know what I mean? We're gonna find that out at AIW. You know what I mean?
There you go.
So we'll find out if he still has it, as they say.
Yeah. We try to.
That they say I don't have. So.
I don't know who they is, but they are very brave. But we are taking questions from the chat room. We got the phone lines open, and we have mentioned that the Urban Wrestling Federation. We've been talking a lot about the double shot this week, but the UWF they had the pay-per-view. It's an iPay-per-view this month, right?
UWF? No, it was filmed for regular pay-per-view. It would be on...
Oh, regular.
Yeah,
I'm getting them all mixed up. Everybody's on iPay-per-view. So this one's regular. You can watch this at home, right?
Yep, $9.99 I think it is. On June 24th. I don't know. I think it's at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. One of those two.
Yeah. So look for
you know what I mean? I'm saying it's definitely worth something to check out. It's different. And I think it's worth checking out.
When the concept was, when I first read about it, it kind of seemed like Def Jam Vendetta, real thing, and that was a cool game. So I was like, man, how could this not be anything but awesome? And then you start seeing the list of guys that's going to be involved. It definitely looks like something that's going to be worth at least checking out. That's what we owe.
Definitely.
Yeah,
definitely. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people are knocking it just because of the concept, and I understand, you know what I mean? But I believe wrestling needs something different nowadays. You know, just like Jakarta, which I would defend to the death, is different. You know what I mean? This Urban Wrestling Federation, UWF, will be different. You know, and I think people just need to see it, and if they don't like it, they don't like it. If they do, support it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We talked about how it was, like, very storyline driven. You know, if you got beef, let's settle in the ring. Is this company going to have, like, titles or championships, or is this...
Well, there is a championship. When I wrestled Homicide was part of the tournament to crown the first champion.
Okay.
I believe they're having 3 pay-per-views. I believe the third pay-per-view is where they crown a champion in a 4-way. So, I can't tell you who's in that 4-way. I can't even tell you if I won or lost against Homicide. So,
no, that's fair enough.
That's on you guys to check out and see. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. So that's on regular pay-per-view this month, and then. Well, I'm getting mixed. Everybody's. What do you think about iPay-per-view? Now that we bring it up,
I don't like it at all.
No, you think maybe like it's because the indie fans are kind of all internet geeks as it is. I mean, that's what we are.
Take that, fan base.
Take that, you
jerk.
Fan base. Yeah.
I'm just going to
insult you.
Yeah, well, don't stop listening to us. But what I mean by that is,
don't stop listening to us. But fuck you, nerd. You know what I mean? How you gonna? You just 15 people just shut off their shit. Like, you know, fuck you.
I mean,
I'm gonna go back to watching porn instead of listening to this.
What I mean by that, it's like the blackout law on the NFL uses. You think it's going to detract from the audience because.
No, this is the deal. I thought it was a great idea when I first. I think I was on. Not the first. I was on the Ring of Honor's first pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I forgot what was the name of the show, but I wrestled Chris Hero in
the Big Bang
Without Honor. No, I wasn't on that one, was I?
No,
I wasn't on the Big Bang. It was the one right before the Big Bang.
I forgot.
We were in Manhattan. Wow, look, you guys.
Final Battle. Yeah, Final Battle.
We don't know. What would we know?
Yeah, I got knocked out in that match, so I'm allowed to know. That's why I took the power bomb onto into the guardrail and landed on the back of my head. So I'm allowed to forget. That was also the blizzard, I remember.
Oh wow.
That day. So It was great getting stuck in the snow on the way home with a concussion. It was awesome. Pro wrestling, yay! But fucking, I thought it was a great idea. And then you start hearing about the problems that they're having.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That you start hearing that it went off, and the fans are upset that they went off, and then this one, it wasn't the connection wasn't good. Blah blah blah. What happened? Why did it start like not working?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If we get that, if the pay-per-view guys or whatever, the promoter that's doing it, fucking gets that all fixed and fine before the show starts, then I'm all for it. But as of late, it seems like that it's not working. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know what happened with Dragon Gate. Maybe you guys can fill me in on that. Like they had problems with it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. As early as last week, I think Dragon Gate. I don't say almost their entire broadcast was interrupted, and that caused some instant chaos. And next thing you know, Gabe had to like promise everyone that the on demand was going to be up quick and stuff like that. So I mean, that does kind of.
Well, I said I wasn't a big fan of Dragon Gate. I am a big fan of Dragon Gate USA.
Yeah.
Let's just let me clear that up real quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have no problem with a lot of my friends are there, and I like the promotion. I've seen it. I got some of the DVDs. You know what I mean? Listen, we'll make that clear. So let me throw that out there.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? And it sucks that happened to Gabe and Dragon Gate USA. You know what I mean? That sucks, and that's why, like I say, I pay-per-view until they get the kinks knocked out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think it's very good right now because, you know, like you said, you guys pay your money to watch it, and then you can't get it. You're like, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah.
You know? And I understand it's cool and everything to get it for free later, but at that point in time, you're pissed, you know?
Yeah, it's just, you know, build your night around it. But, so, I mean, like, you think maybe the indie industry should work on free shows streaming to practice before they take, because that's a big step. I mean, that's kind of what defines WWE and TNA is broadcasting live.
Yeah. And,
you know, for an indie company to take that step is pretty huge.
No, it's unbelievably huge. And it's a big step, and it also kind of means that the promotion has actually done something to get to that point. You know what I mean? Like, you have to have enough fan interest to even think about doing like an pay-per-view or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So all the promotions that have done it, good for them. You know what I mean? They had enough interest, and I guess you'd say they got a big enough reputation where they were like, okay, we can do it. You know?
Yeah.
But you got to work the kinks out first. You know?
Yep. So
like,
get on it.
All right. So back to Chikara. You are involved in the world title tournament. Chikara, after 9 years, I guess, finally adding a world title. Do you think it's overdue? Are you not a fan of the idea? Do you like the idea?
I think it's just the right time. Chikara's been around for almost 10 years now, and I think it's after 10 years you could say, okay, we've been around, you know, this amount of time. Why not make a world champion or have a single title? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a big fan of companies starting out their first show and they're saying we're crowning a world champion. Like, this is your first show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How do you? How do we even know you're gonna have a second show, let alone last a year? You know what I mean? So I think it's a great idea that Chikara, I can't even say we, that Chikara management established the product first. You know what I mean? Before they did any type of titles, especially a singles title that bears the name of the company. So I'm definitely all for it. I think it's just the right time. Because I believe Chikara just has enough fan interest at this time to do that.
So it's just kind of funny because, like, when I first started watching Chikara, like, I don't know, back in, like, 2006 or something, I was like, they don't have a world title. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. But then, you know, once you watch the promotion, like, you just get used to it. And then, like, when you start hearing stuff about a world title tournament, it just seems so strange. I'm like, what? They're adding a world title? What? Like, I don't know. I still haven't really wrapped my head around it, that there's going to be, like, a Chikara world champion.
You hipster.
I know. I know. Back before there was a world title.
they sold out.
Yeah.
I was a fan before they got added
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. Dude, I got Hellertown shows on vinyl. That's how cool I am. Yeah. That's right.
Take that.
Oh,
Take that.
shit.
iPay-per-view. We have DVDs, son. Ay.
I got Chikara on VHS.
Ooh.
I roll.
Ooh, man. That's
man.
like an antique. All right,
Wow.
we got another question from the chat room. Grant wants to know, if Eddie had to choose someone besides himself, who would he choose to win the 12 Large Summit?
Huh.
That is a very good question, actually.
Yeah, I'm
That's
actually proud. I'm proud of that question because usually our listeners ask stupid questions like who would win, Kamala
Stop
or
burying our audience.
That was a good question.
What
So
is
do
wrong
not
with
disrespect
you?
your listeners.
What is wrong with you?
My
We
man
love
Grant.
them.
My man Grant, very good question. Besides myself, man, I would have to say either Hollow Wicked or Ultramantis Black. But I got to wrestle Ultramantis, so...
I was going to say, that's an interesting choice, because you pretty much are going to have to beat the crap out of him.
Yeah, I'm going to have to. And me and him used to beat the crap out of each other in the early years of Chikara. Early years when we were in St. John's with 14 people in front of us. So... You know what I mean? But
Wow.
so it's gonna be a little weird wrestling him now where there's actually interest in Chikara. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I just think those two guys, more than I do, embody the spirit of Chikara, I think. You know what I mean? I have a lot of love for Chikara, and it's my home. It's where I want to be. It's my ECW. You know what I mean? If I can put it best way I can put it, you know. But those two guys definitely, just like, you know, you could say I'm like the Tommy Dreamer, I guess, or whatever, but those guys are like the Sandman. You know what I mean? They embody the spirit of Chikara, just like Sandman embodied the spirit of ECW.
I think we can all agree, though, that as long as...
For the tournament, the director of fun, Wingcat, all the guys vote for who they wanted to be in the round-robin tournament. Did your vote go to one of those two guys?
I can't tell you.
Confidential, man. It's confidential.
That is confidential. We signed a contract saying that we cannot say. And I do not feel like being sued by Wink.
Yeah, that guy's got connections.
He definitely does. He definitely does. He's a little bit of an asshole, but he has his connections.
All right.
I'll get a phone call about that later. I guarantee you, he'll hear this, and I will get a phone call tomorrow. Hopefully not in the morning, and be like, "Why'd you call me an asshole?" Da, 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 da. And I'll be like, "Well, because you are," and we'll have a talk about it.
Oh man,
just blame it on us. But
the email.
I think we can just all agree that as long as Icarus doesn't win, it'll be fine.
Yeah, I think so. I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah, no one wants to see that.
Speaking of asshole,
yeah. Now we've talked about all the shows on this Midwest trip except for one, and that's going to be your match with Colt Cabana. Any thoughts? Anything to say about the Coltster?
Very excited to see that again. You know, I studied a lot of tapes and stuff, and I remember watching Colt at IWA Mid-South when he first started. You know what I mean? When they would, what was it? Some show they had outside in the rain. I remember, and I believe him and CM Punk wrestled, and just, you know, big fan of his, and, you know, very dead. I was, like, extremely pissed off when he was released, actually.
Oh, I think we all were.
Yeah,
that was baloney.
I think he has everything. He has charisma, everything. He can go in the ring. I've never wrestled him before, so it would be a great honor for me to step into the ring with him. But let's not get it twisted. When I say it's an honor to step in the ring with these guys, it is. But it doesn't mean that I'm just going to go out there and go, oh, I lost. That's okay. It was a great honor. No, I'm not happy about that. You know, I still want to win. I still want to show, okay, it was a great honor being there, but, you know, I'm trying to be on your level. So by me beating you can kind of prove that I'm almost on your level, you know?
For sure. We got another question from Grant in the chat. He's full of good questions tonight, trying to prove Indy wrong about our audience.
That's my man Grant.
Yeah.
Do it.
He wants to know Eddie's thoughts of AIW adopting the TPI name and concept this year.
As long as they do it justice, you know what I mean? It was You know what I mean? I see nothing wrong with it, you know? There's not really a lot of indie tournaments anymore, really, except for what? King of Trios, Young Lions Cup, and I know I'm just mentioning Chikara because that's all I'm really...
Battle of Los Angeles.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm just being... Super 8 still going? See, again, I don't even...
Yeah.
I remember, and now that's not disrespect to ECWA. I just remember, I don't know, being a fan before I got into business. Was ECWA, the Super 8 was the biggest thing in the world when Low Key won it and Christopher Daniel, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, you just don't get a lot of buzz. And to me, before King of Trios kind of stepped up, the last kind of buzz you heard about tournaments was TPI, you know? And then, you know, then you had Battle Los Angeles. You know, big shout out to the PWG guys, you know what I mean? Got a lot of friends over there. I haven't seen them in a while, you know. Wish them all the luck in the world. I had a lot of fun when I was there. But, I don't know, TPI to me was something big over here in the East or Midwest, whatever you want to call it. It was closer for me to go to TPI than to go to Los Angeles, you know?
Yeah. So. Yeah. Yes, it is definitely closer. I don't have any more questions. Do you guys?
No, really. It's we've been filling up that time. I think we're running over actually, but that's okay. That's fine. We can do that.
Well, I called late, so it's my fault.
No, it's so not your fault. Don't kill us. But no, man. We'll I'm sure we're gonna get in touch with you before long and bring you back sometime if you want to.
And hopefully I called the right number first.
Yeah, that might work. But everybody, follow Eddie this month. There's so much he's got going on right now. Chikara, AIW, get that pay-per-view.
June 24th, kid.
There you go. So much to do. Sir, thank you so much for joining us tonight, and we look forward to watching your AIW matches with BJ Whitmer and that slugfest that I'm sure you're looking forward to with Brody Lee.
Yeah, who knows if it'll be slugfest. I may just out-wrestle me. You never know. I may pull something out of my hat.
It's going to be a submission match.
You never know, bro. I may start doing lucha like I used to back in the day. You never know.
There you go.
But got some skill.
Brody's a technician. People just don't know it because he doesn't have to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah. But, yeah, man, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, guys. Thank you guys very much, Ben and Ted. So your fans out there that you insulted.
They know we love them.
Keep following indie wrestling, man. Just keep supporting wrestling, and, you know, thank you guys again.
All right, thanks, Eddie.
Appreciate it.
All right, guys. Bye.
All right, so that was Eddie Kingston, TI Radio. Quick plugs real quick. Hey, if you're listening to us on your phone, thank you. If you're not, unless you're listening to us live on your computer, we'll forgive you. But, hey, you got an iPhone, an iPod, an Android, or those new fancy gadgets, go download that Stitcher app and pull us up. We're under sports, boxing, MMA, and wrestling, listed number 3 in the world, people. The world. Talk Impact Radio. And you can listen to us on the go. Also, Talk Impact Radio's official forums, WrestleConnect.com. Some of you guys might be listening to us for the first time, checking out the Eddie Kingston interview. Go check out those forums, man. It's pretty fun stuff.
Yeah, and that's also where our chat room is. We don't have a chat up on Blog Talk Radio. Our chat is at WrestleConnect.com.
Yeah, we're old school.
Yeah.
So check that out. Also, AngryMarks.com, WildTalkRadio.com. Amazing people. We love them. You can hear us on their networks every week. With that said, let's move back into Cheers and Jeers. I got mine out of the way. I believe now we can pass the mic to Cool K-Dog. Fingers crossed. No, we'll save the best for last. And sooner or later, sbR hopefully will be on the line.
It's actually funny. I thought sbR was on the line, and then he hung up, and I was like, why would he do that? And it turns out him and WWF Attitude have the same area code. So, my bad, WWF Attitude. Probably should have put you on when Kingston was on the air. That's my fault.
Everybody from New York that had questions for Eddie Kingston had...
Well, I figured it was sbR, and I wasn't going to put him on because sbR has, never asked a question in the history of interviews. He just kind of sits there in the back and, I don't know, tweets or something. I don't know what he does.
Tweets heavy.
Yeah,
We're gonna
he's heavy. He does do that. Yeah.
Between
Anyway,
that,
cool K-Dog. Time for your cheers and tears.
My cheer this week is from Raw tonight. It involves The Miz and CM Punk, granted at separate times. But during tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw, both wrestlers decided to tell Austin or the fans how annoying and stupid it is that they still chant what.
Oh, seriously. That started... Can you believe that started like a decade ago? That's insane.
Yeah. So Miz was like,
10 years.
Yeah. Miz was like, yeah, that was cool maybe 10 years ago. And then Punk actually did say what to Austin a bunch of times backstage, and he was like, yeah, see, it's annoying, isn't it?
Yeah.
And so I applaud them for hopefully telling the fans how annoying it is. But they're both
good job
heels,
for saying what everybody was thinking for 7 years now.
But since they're both heels, it's probably just going to make the fans chant it louder. So that kind of sucks.
It's kind of a double-edged sword there. Yeah, you kind of bring it back up. Hey, that guy hates when we do this, and we hate him.
To be fair, I think that's what they're going for.
I
they
know,
want people to do it.
I know. Okay.
Yeah.
We weren't on the same page there. That's fine. We'll give
I can't tell when you're kidding or not.
It's almost always.
Like, usually you're kidding, but sometimes you're serious and you say something that I'm like, that must be a joke. And you're like, no. Like,
what?
I really did like that TNA show, and I'm just like, no one can seriously mean that. But anyway, go ahead,
Colt
K-Dog.
Cabana with Matt Classic? What? Is he serious?
Inside jokes.
So my cheer this week is, I don't know if you guys saw the opening promo from tonight's Raw with The Miz.
I did.
But his microphone logo was upside down.
He's been doing that for like 4 months now. Because, you see, he's The Miz. So you turn the logo upside down and it's an M for Miz.
Yeah.
Alright. I guess I haven't been paying much attention.
No.
I have a new jeer, and that was Cool K-Dog's jeer. There's a lot of jeering going on in that sentence.
Yeah. All right, can I do mine now?
I guess.
Yeah.
Yay! All right, both of mine have to do with Slammiversary, believe it or not.
Oh.
Yes, I watched like most of Slammiversary. I missed the first 2 matches, and I watched the rest of it. And I could sit here and yell about how terrible it was, and like I hated it, but like it was hilarious. It was fine comedy, although I don't think it's what they're going for.
Probably not, but maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
You never know.
Yeah, maybe this is all like postmodern like wrestling. I don't know. It's just going over everyone's head. I don't know.
They're working us, and we just don't know it.
We don't even know. All right, so my first cheer goes to the finish of Jeff Jarrett and Kurt Angle, the main event of Slammiversary. Wasn't anything groundbreaking. You know, Kurt Angle did some fancy, overcomplicated reversal into an ankle lock, which we've seen a bunch of times. He's really fond of doing that. But it was the end of the match. Like an ankle lock, Jarrett submits, like Kurt wins. He is clearly and definitively the better man. Like, no question about it. He made the other guy submit. He has won the feud. You can't really refute anything. A clean by the books finish. So that was nice, because you don't see that a lot in TNA. And my cheer for Slammiversary is every other finish on the show that I saw was either nonsensical or completely botched. Just to run through all the other finishes. Mr. Anderson beat Sting to win the world title. First of all, this match was 15 minutes. That is insanity. Why would you do that? Second of all, Mr. Anderson is the worst. He is the worst. Like, he is so bad. Like, he's not a good wrestler. He's beyond annoying. He's just obnoxious and lame, and I hate him so much. But anyway, on top of that, the finish of this match. Yeah, Ken Anderson is the world champion. Yeah. So anyway.
Wow.
So
like Cool Gato just found out his mom died or something.
He's the champion?
What?
No.
What?
Yeah. Oh, my God. So, yeah, the finish, Anderson's pinning him, and the referee, Jackson James, or James Jackson, or whatever his name is, it's Bischoff's kid. He's counting, like, 1, 2, and then Bischoff, like gets in the ring, and I guess he was supposed to be saying something to him.
Yeah.
And then Sting was supposed to get up, I guess, because, like, the pin had been broken, or the ref was supposed to stop counting. One of those two things was supposed to happen. But neither of them happened, and the referee clearly counted a 3 count. But they just, like, kept going, because that wasn't the finish. And then, Then, like, Sting yelled at Bischoff, and he got hit with a mic check, and Anderson won. And I was like, what was that? Like, I don't know. At first I thought maybe they did it on purpose, and they were going to, like, hold up the title or something. And then I was like, wait, no, that makes way too much sense. That was a botched finish.
Complex.
And then before that, we had Bully Ray and AJ Styles, last man standing. Bully Ray bled like a pig. AJ Styles, like, I don't care what anyone says. People that are like, oh, he shouldn't leave TNA to go to WWE. He'll never make it there. Like, what has he got to lose? He should go to WWE. Like, if it doesn't work, TNA will take him back. Not a big deal. You know, the worst thing that could happen is that he goes to FCW for a couple months, and they go, he's too, flippy or can't talk or whatever, and then he's back in TNA. Like, he should at least try and go to WWE. Because best case scenario, he could be, like CM Punk or Evan Bourne or something. He could be on TV.
He clearly is less indie-rific than Tyler Black.
Yes, definitely. And he's probably a better talker than Tyler Black. Tyler Black is not a great promo.
Okay,
nice guy, though. Very nice guy.
Fans and fans. Anybody else want to shoot up?
He would probably agree with me that he is not a great promo. But he's a great wrestler.
So
anyway, AJ Styles.
The kids just love that crazy hardcore dancing that he does.
And he hates his parents. But Bully Ray, so AJ Styles, kills himself in this match. He jumps off the stage, and he does flips and, a springboard 450 to, no crowd reaction. And the end spot, he puts Bully Ray on a table on the floor. He climbs, a scaffold or, a trestle or whatever those, big metal things are on the set. And he's 15, 20 feet in the air. And he drops an elbow on him. First of all, ridiculously crazy spot. He's not landing on pads or anything. He's just landing on Bubba Ray and then onto the cement. This is not a smart thing to do for the money he's being paid. Unless TNA is giving him, good money, which maybe, but, this is a ridiculously, you shouldn't do this. and then even worse, okay? It's the last man standing. AJ Styles is getting to his feet. And, he's kind of, bent over, kind of. Not quite at his feet yet. It's an 8 count. Bully Ray, first of all, he is on his feet, even though he's, bent over. So that should break the count. And then Bully Ray, who's still laying down, kicks AJ, from a downward position, laying down, an up kick in MMA, but to the butt, which sends AJ flying into the stage and, breaks it. So AJ's in the stage. And then Bully Ray somehow gets up, and then Bully Ray wins. He took a giant elbow off, from 30 feet in the air, and he won the match, which is just ridiculous. And, if you're going to put him over, I don't know, put him over, that finish does nothing for anybody.
Yeah.
And then in the Knockouts match, Mickie James and Angelina Love, they clearly botched her jumping DDT. She went up to jump for the DDT, and then Angelina Love, fell to her knees. And then Mickie James, hit it off her, hit the DDT from her knees to the ground. And then Taz was like, I don't think she got all of that. And then that was the finish. That's always good.
That's funny.
Crimson pinned Samoa Joe clean with a sky high, or low down, I guess. No, sky high. Spinebuster, basically. I sit out Spinebuster. That's not the worst finish ever, but Crimson over Samoa Joe clean with his Spinebuster. I mean, there's no way I can be excited about that. Abyss, Kazarian, and Brian Kendrick in a 3-way for the X Division title. Yes, that happened. Another terrible finish. Kaz and Kendrick are in the ring doing some cruiserweight stuff, and then Kendrick does a snapmare, and then Kaz is seated, and he hits him with a drop kick, or some kick, to a seated opponent. And then Abyss pulls out Kendrick, throws him into the guardrail or whatever, goes in the ring and pins Kaz, and that's it. That was the finish, a drop kick to a seated opponent. Which, I mean, maybe Kendrick's been, setting this up and using it to pin people, but still, I don't think anyone on Earth thought that was going to be the finish. The match just ended, and people were like, wait, what? It's over? Just like that? And then the first 2 matches I missed, but they were Matt Morgan and Scott Steiner, which could not have been any good. And James Storm and Alex Shelley going over the British invasion, which was probably the best match of the show. And that was Slammiversary, a calamity of errors.
So, in a botch-filled pay-per-view, it almost makes you miss King of the Mountain.
Oh, dude, I would have loved King of the Mountain. When I found out there was no King of the Mountain, I was mad because I realized that meant it was going to be like some singles match I didn't care about, which was very accurate because I did not care about Sting and Mr. Anderson.
So there you go. But I guess at the same time, who would have been in that match? But I remember, was it last year or the year before?
I mean, even if you put a bunch of crappy people in it, at least they're just going to be there, like, beating each other up with weapons. I mean, how bad, you know?
Yeah,
how bad could it be?
Oh, it can be bad. Most of them were.
That's true. But now with that said, I think it's time for our some live Raw coverage.
sbRAW?
SBR, are you on the line?
Oh, hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, you. Hey, guys.
You know, just a normal show. Hung out with Eddie Kingston, and then, you know, no big deal.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I just got into the studio from Long Island. That's a great.
He took a jet.
Yeah,
he is
great.
Soaking wet in sweat right now. He's so out of breath.
Yeah.
By jet, we mean he ran.
From the great Long Island Nassau Coliseum, and it was an okay show. It was much better.
I didn't realize you were getting Duke to do it.
It was a much better show than the last time I went to a show in Nassau Coliseum. But so I'll just run down what happened. Damn, it's hard to remember those 3-hour shows, everything that happened.
I know, it's insane. Dude, can you believe there's another 3-hour show next week? I don't think I can take it. That is...
When Austin announced it, it just sort of got like okay.
Yeah, sort of joking, right?
Yeah, like this was nice and all, but...
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, I think it's because really it's that time of year that WWE has no competition right now.
Well, I think the real thing was that Tough Enough was at 8:00, and now Tough Enough is over. So USA has 8:00 like open. So they're like, hey, let's do some 3-hour shows or something. Or like maybe WWE like signed so many weeks for Tough Enough, and then they did like less than that. So they're like, oh, we have like 3 weeks to fill. Let's do 3 3-hour Raws.
NXT,
they also did it because they thought the fans were already conditioned to tuning in at 8, so they wouldn't miss the first hour
which is baloney.
Because they think they're dumb and
way worse numbers than Raw.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So that's us complaining for 5 minutes.
Yeah. Anyway. Okay, so I'll run down what happened. Left my house around 6 o'clock. Yeah, the show started.
This is thorough.
Yeah, I'm good. Don't we have a half hour to fill?
We do. I mean, we don't have to, but we do.
Anyway, so show started at 7:15 local time. That's 6:15 crazy Indie Land. And so cruising down the highway, listening to some tunes. My boy went with me, and we got to the arena around like 6:40. Got in, went to a merch table. Sadly, they were not selling that ugly Zack Ryder T-shirt that I would have bought for $20.
Oh, man.
I know. But my friend did buy a Rock T-shirt for $30. All the T-shirts were $30. That was ridiculous.
That is insane, yeah.
But he was like, yeah. Anyway, they had some awful choices, too. It was just like, they had The Rock and Stone Cold. Then they had, like, The Miz, new, like baseball.
4 John Cena shirts.
They had the red John Cena. They had like Randy Orton. They had an awful-looking Undertaker shirt. Like he was like riding a horse in the sky, and there was lightning. It was weird.
That awesome.
Ryder.
Yeah. And like Triple H. They had Triple H and Edge, which was weird because neither of them
they're not even there. Yeah.
And they like in the corner of like. Because like they have all the shirts like up on a poster board, like sort of thing, and like all the way in the corner they squished in the CM Punk Nexus shirt. Like I looked at the board like 7 times to see if I wanted anything,
and I never saw the CM Punk shirt until the end. I was like, oh, look at the CM Punk shirt. There it is. Anyway, so walking to the Coliseum, which is, it's weird, because it's just one rotunda sort of a thing. There's no, like, stairs or anything. Like, you just, all the seats are through the one, like, entrance way. So we're walking around. We got to our seats. Another thing about Nassau Coliseum is the seats are so deep. Like, I'm a tall guy, and, like, the seats, you're sitting, like, your whole body is sitting. And, like, my knees, like, hurt, like, halfway through the show.
They're like up to your chin, like your knees?
Yeah, because exactly. The chairs were deep. So fix that Nassau Coliseum.
Yeah. All you have to do is take out every seat and replace it. How much could that cost?
Yeah, like, they have one team that plays there. They can do that all the time.
Off season, yeah.
Exactly. So, anyway, show started at promptly 7:15. I was very happy about that.
This ain't no indie show, man.
Exactly. So it started exactly 7:15. The dark match was Kurt Hawkins versus Chris Masters.
Yeah.
And I didn't know. I don't know why he's not on television, because he came out. I guess maybe it was like the first big person of the night. Big, but like, he got a really big pop, Chris Masters. And I was surprised.
That's the TI radio rub. That's what that is.
Yeah. Long Island, man. They love our show. So
huge numbers. We are huge in Long Island. I'm surprised you didn't get, like, mugged. You're lucky it's a radio show. People would have been all over you if they knew what you looked like. You would have been swamped.
Anyway, so they actually had a pretty decent match. It went like 5-10 minutes. It was pretty decent for a dark match. Masters won. I was a little upset. I like Kurt Hawkins a lot. I like his leather jacket, which you don't know.
It's more of a leather vest.
I like his leather vest.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it, and that's what most of the reason why I like him.
He's got a beard and a leather vest. He's like little Triple H.
Exactly. and he's from Queens, and I'm from Queens, so it's...
Yeah, there you go.
There's not much connection. So right after that, Scott Stanford and Josh Matthews came out to announce Superstars. And our first match of the night on television, Superstars, Zack Ryder comes out. And I was so happy and so sad at the same time. I was happy, I love Zack Ryder. Two, he wasn't going to Raw. That was a little sad. But he got a huge pop. Like, I'm talking like, woo, like whole arena. He played the face the entire match.
Were there fist pumps? Were people fist pumping?
There was fist pumps. He actually called a promo before the match, and like people finished his phrases for him, which I thought was awesome. You know, like when they do that, I'm like, oh, Stone Cold Sasso. Like he said, like take care, spike your hair, and people were like, fat guys in front of me with woo signs.
Yeah.
They were fun. They're pretty awesome guys. Zack Ryder, spoilers, Zack Ryder wins with a rough ride. Throughout the night, I don't know if there were a couple that you might have been here on Raw. There were a couple of Wheel and Rider chants, like they were pretty loud.
Yeah, there was a loud one during Sheamus and Santino.
Yes, I remember that one. Yeah. But yeah, there were some throughout the night. Most of them came during like the commercial breaks, but I know a couple of them they tried to get on air, and I guess they did get them on the one. Anyway, I'm not going to go to the next Superstars match because it was awful. It was Drew McIntyre versus Vladimir Kozlov. Don't watch that match.
Save yourself. The 5 minutes.
So, like, watch Zack Ryder's promo in his match. His match with Primo was good. It went like 10 minutes. Probably actually was the longest match of the night other than the main event. But
yeah, for a 3-hour Raw, there was not a lot of wrestling.
There was a lot of matches.
But they were all like 2 minutes.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of wrestling. Anyway, so Raw started. How did it start? It was the Miz and Stone Cold. Stone Cold got a huge reaction. They had a pretty good promo. Although, like, the mics were sort of fucked up. Like, you could hear them, but sometimes you couldn't if there was, like, a big enough crowd reaction. So all I heard was, like, Roddy Piper and you. And I was like, oh, Roddy Piper's here? I don't understand what just happened. And I didn't know again until like 20 minutes later when they showed that there was going to be Piper's Pit with him and Alex Riley. I was like, oh, I guess that's what he said.
This reminds me of when I was at No Mercy 2004, which was an awful show. But, like, where I was sitting, I couldn't see the big screen, and they didn't have any, like, screens anywhere else. They just had the big screen. And after the match, if I remember correctly, like, I looked it up later, I think Heidenreich, like, it was, like, a casket match or something, and, like, he put him in a truck, and then he, like, ran the truck over backstage or something. Like, he crushed it with another car or something like that. But, like, I couldn't see the big screen, so we had no idea what was happening. We just, like, hear some car noises, and then, like, we're just like, what is going on? And then, like people from other, like, sections were yelling to us, like, he hit him with a truck. We were like, what? That is ridiculous. Why would that happen?
Where I was saying, like, I picked up the $20 cheap seats. Like, where I was, you could see the screen, but, like, the big light rig was in the way, so it was distorted. Like, you could see stuff, but you couldn't see some of the stuff. I don't know how to explain it, but that's what happened. And then we had Alberto Del Rio jump right back into this. Everyone, like, he got, like, a no reaction. It was sad. Like, Alberto Rio is one, Del Rio is one of the best, like, characters, wrestlers on the show.
Dare I say the best?
Yes. And, like, Long Island showed no love. Like, he didn't get any heat, and he didn't get any cheers. I was cheering for him all the way from my seat, and I was thinking it was Section 318. But, yeah, and then, he had his match with Kane's Pyro, even though I knew Kane was going to be the opponent. His Pyro still scared the shit out of me. I was like, okay, sbR. Kane is coming out. Brace yourself for the Pyro.
Yeah.
And then when the Pyro hits, I still jumped. And my friend called me, like...
You can't help it. Like, it's so loud. Like, I've only been to 2 WWE pay-per-views. That crappy No Mercy show and Royal Rumble the same year. Apparently, I was really big into going to pay-per-views that year. And, like, in both times, I was, like, to the right of the entrance for some reason. Like, that's where we got tickets. I don't know. We liked it there, maybe. But, like, when you're by the close, like, somewhat near the entrance, like, it is so loud. Like, you cannot, like, if no one's ever been there, like, you cannot even explain to them how loud the Pyro is. It is, like, retarded.
Do you remember when the broadcast table used to be right there?
Yeah, in front of the stage? That must have sucked so much.
Oh, my God. No, I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
That torture. Anyway, random thought. Hashtag.
Kane and Alberto Del Rio had a really quick match. Alberto Del Rio wouldn't let go of the armbar, so he's disqualified. Big Show returned, showing no ill effects of his knee injury. Running, really running down that aisle, laying it into poor Ricardo. Poor Ricardo got
Dude, he was beating the crap out of Ricardo.
Yeah, I don't know if they showed it on TV because, like, the lights went down for commercial, but they stretched Ricardo out of there. Like, it was crazy. They need a match. They're going to have a match at Capital Punishment. And then I don't remember what was next.
Probably wasn't.
No, I don't. That whole first hour is sort of a blur. I know there was a 6-man tag match. That was pretty good.
Yeah,
okay.
I was really annoyed that they did the Sin Cara lights, though. They really don't like them.
Yes, I don't. First of all, I don't like them. Second of all, there are 5 other guys who just have normal lights during their match. Like, why is Sin Cara so special that he gets his lights?
I wonder if they're going to do that for the Royal Rumble.
Just the whole time. Until he's eliminated. Hopefully he'll only be in for like a minute or two.
But, like, they're on before he comes out, and then when he comes out, the lights is dim. And then everyone's like, they can't see anything, so they just fall over the top rope.
It's the perfect plan.
The perfect plan to win the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Anyway, the 6 was good. No botches by Sin Cara. I know everyone has a problem with that, but he didn't botch anything.
He didn't do much, though. He did, like, 2 spots.
Yeah.
I'm not giving too much credit.
Daniel Bryan is massively over in Long Island. I remember the last couple of shows I've been to, which I believe was Fatal Flair last year, which was pretty awful. And that was right after he got released. and like every 5 seconds there was a Daniel Bryan chant. And last show I went to in Raw, which was the Pee Wee Herman show.
Oh God!
Right, it was just dreadful.
You have bad luck.
He was also right over on that show. And this show, he got a chant, and there was a lot of people wearing Daniel Bryan shirts in the crowd. So Long Island loves them some Daniel Bryan. Overall, it's a pretty good match. Can't complain. It's probably the second or third longest match on the show, and it was like 3 minutes. Then I don't remember what was next.
Might have been like Sheamus and Santino or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it was that
Christian Orton promo.
I remember the Orton promo opened at the top of 9 o'clock hour. I'm gonna say Sheamus and whatchamacallit was next, and when Santino hit the Cobra, I was pretty pissed because I thought he was gonna win.
I was really scared. I was like, if Sheamus loses to the Cobra, like he's done. Like that is the end of Sheamus.
Nowhere else to go.
Like, you can't lose clean to a joke move and then be taken seriously.
Seriously,
I don't know, because it looks like he does the Cobra at the throat. So.
Oh come on, Cool K-Dog. Don't stand up for that.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the worm too, but this is a little more effective.
The worm?
No, this is more effective than that.
Oh, yeah. Well, but I guess at the same time, I don't know, it was kind of like when Umaga first started doing the jab through the throat, and people were like, this is so retarded, but I mean, really, that could kill you, but...
I don't remember people having more of a problem with Umaga than like the worm and the Cobra, but I think it worked for it.
Yeah, I mean it is what it is. Like nobody thought Scotty 2 Hotty was gonna be Triple H with the worm or whatever.
But if he had, man.
We talk about Scotty 2 Hotty tonight. Wow.
I know. We could get him on the show. That's doable.
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know what we'd talk about for...
I don't know. Remember when you did the worm? That was awesome.
One time. I think Dan probably loved that.
Fans, if you're listening and you want Scotty 2 Hotty on the show, you have to tell us.
I thought you were going to say, give me a hell yeah. I really thought you did. Too much Stone Cold tonight. All right. I'm helping sbR out here. I got a recap up. So we were right. It was Sheamus and Santino, and then it was the Orton promo. Then after that, we had Rey and Christian.
Yes, another short match, and they have the same finish as the Alberto Del Rio.
Yeah, that was sweet.
Yeah, like original writers. That was the same finish twice on the same show. That's weak sauce, guys.
Yeah, very soft.
And then the awkwardness of like Christian trying to attack Rey Mysterio and getting thwarted every time, and then the Nexus came out, and it was just awkward. But I mean, Christian stood tall, going to his title match on Sunday. I didn't know Capital Punishment was this Sunday until I saw it on the screen. By the way,
yeah.
Then
we had Vicky and Dolph backstage with Steve Austin.
Yes. At first, I was scared. At first, I thought that they were going to break up Dolph and Vicky.
I know, me too. I was like, I was
just for Sunday.
I was so sad. I was like, no.
But I guess it's just for the match on Sunday now.
Yeah, I don't know.
They could have made that clearer.
Then we had the R-Truth and John Morrison non-match.
Yeah, I remember that. I don't really have much to say because it was a non-match. They gave R-Truth a lot of mic time tonight, which was unfortunate.
Yeah, it was awesome.
How is R-Truth's fan base in Long Island?
He was over, dude. They liked him.
Yeah, he was. I don't know, because we really, like, Long Island hates the shit out of John Cena. So that might have been the Cena rub, but...
I think that's what it is.
He was pretty over.
It is R-Truth's push and how awesome he is. Clearly.
I
don't want to anger Indy because he is the boss, But R-Truth is kind of growing on me. I hate to say it. I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm a fan, but like I don't want to choke myself when he comes out anymore.
Let me get you some more coffee. I'll be right back. A wink, wink. I don't even know what that means, but no, I don't
either. You can me.
I was gonna spit in it, I guess. I don't know, but I don't. I just can't do it. No matter how much you shove R-Truth down my throat. Ew. No.
Do you even watch Raw though? Like, have you seen any of it?
I don't.
Well,
I don't watch it, and it's too much R-Truth.
To be fair, your opinion isn't the most valid in this argument.
No, there's nothing about him, his style, or anything he does that it's just also annoying. Like, I don't know what it is.
I know, it's annoying, but that's when you're a heel, that's not a bad thing.
No, there's a difference between I hate him annoying and change the channel annoying. It's I don't know what it is, but at the same time, I thought maybe John Cena might have a better reaction in Long Island now because of the Zack Ryder rub.
Nope.
No, Zack Ryder has not done anything to.
So there you go.
All right.
But yeah. Next up was something.
Kofi and Evan over Swagger and Dolph.
I mean, Evan Bourne had some really good spots in this match, but again, it was very, very quick.
It was 2 minutes and 55 seconds.
Yeah, it was a quick, very match.
But I mean, Evan Bourne's been winning on TV. Like, that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it was like I was very happy with that. And he pinned Swagger, so like Dolph didn't lose anything. And and Evan Bourne is over with everyone. He's over with the kids. He's over with the guys. So he's marketable. WWE. Everyone likes him. So do something about that. Anyway,
then we had Piper's Pit.
Piper's Pit. I hate Alex Riley, even though I like his theme music.
He's bad.
He's very he's awkward on the mic. He's not very good in the ring. He reminds me of he's like a shorter Matt Morgan to me.
Wow.
Yeah. They're like people are like, no, he's good on the mic. Like, no, he talks really fast too. Like he's just like, I'm Alex Riley and I'm this guy and I told your friends you weren't. I'm like, shut the fuck up. I hate you.
Why is your music apparently so good cool? On the mic now means that you don't sound like a social retard. Like that's all it means now.
Black.
Jesus. All right. Next we
had the Miz against Roddy Piper was like
which
the
was
worst thing I've ever seen.
Nothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the real question is like, does the Miz ever win a match? Like. He won at WrestleMania technically, but I mean, he doesn't really win any matches. Yeah, he doesn't win.
Like you could have first of all, I don't know why they keep running out this stupid fucking. They've been doing special guest referees like it's going out of style in the past, and I'm just tired of it. Like they could have just had the Miz go over Roddy Piper, get a little rub. Like, it could have been 2 seconds like the match was anyway. You didn't have to have Alex Riley as the ref. Alex Riley could have came out after the match. Like, that was just a stupid segment. I didn't like it.
Yeah, put Monzio on TV and let him referee.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then we had the 10,000 Diva match.
Okay.
Yeah, the every Diva in the company match.
There was 14 fucking Divas.
Yes.
Like, 3 of them tagged into the match.
Yes. It was completely...
Why couldn't you, do you really need to do, I'm doing air quotes here, Broadway kick line when that is not even from Broadway? That is from the Radio City Christmas Spectacular, which is not a Broadway show. It's a Christmas Spectacular. This is not Broadway. I don't know if it was loud enough, but there were a lot of boos while they were kicking.
Yeah, that came across. They also were bad.
SBR, how was the Tony Awards last night?
Neil Patrick Harris is amazing. That's all that needs.
That is true. That is true.
He can do everything apparently now. He could even rap.
Yeah.
So.
Wow. I'll have to check that out. And then we had the best part of the show, which was CM Punk and Stone Cold Steve Austin backstage.
Yeah, that was fun times. I'm very happy to actually put them on screen together. Good times. Then we had the announcement, right? It was after that.
Yeah, Steve Austin pouring beer on a laptop.
Yeah,
which
like
can't be that's
no, like I know like WWE, they're like fucking billionaires, but like how many laptops do you have to go through? Like,
I'm pretty sure they're just like prop laptops that are hollow.
Yeah,
or they buy like already broken ones on eBay.
Yeah, that one wasn't a MacBook because the screen and the keys were at the same level, and that doesn't work with MacBooks. So,
wow,
wow. Our resident MacBook whore, dog.
Mac.
Hey, sbR. Did you know about an hour ago? I'm not making this up. Cool K Dog asked Eddie Kingston if the UWF was racist.
I believe it.
Okay,
yeah, that happened.
Let me finish Raw.
Yeah,
let's do that. We didn't actually finish the show. We gotta race the clock.
I mean, pretty much the only thing left was the main event.
Yeah, the only thing left is the main event. Anyway, the main event of the show was John Cena versus CM Punk. Holy shit. Unreal crowd action. The first, 5 minutes, maybe I'm overestimating, at least 5 minutes.
It was about 5 minutes.
It was like a continuous, let's go Cena sucks chant, until, CM Punk did something, and then he got his own chant. Holy crap. It was unreal. Everyone was standing up. Everyone was into this match. And it's nuts. In the long run, this match meant absolutely nothing. But it was treated like a fucking WrestleMania main event by these fucking crazy Long Island people. Holy shit. Everyone was it was so much heat on this match. I'd never seen that before. I've been to shows at the Garden, I've been to shows at the Coliseum, I've been to the Izod Center. I've never seen anything like that. The match was
the best going right now.
Yeah. And it's just the crowd popped for everything. R-Truth came out, did a little Jimmy spot. CM Punk got the win with the distraction. Everyone was happy except for literally there was kid 3 rows in front of me was weeping. His parents had to rush him out of there. Because John Cena lost. And there was other kids CM sucks. And I was like, dude, that's retarded. Stop. And
you can't call a 10-year-old kid retarded.
I didn't actually do that.
Okay.
But I wanted
slapped the kid on the way out.
Yeah. You pie-faced him, shoved him down the stairs. Shut up, kid.
So R-Truth then laid out John Cena. That was the end of the show. The post-match dark match. This was a little weird. It was a street fight between The Miz and John Cena for the WWE Championship.
Wow.
3 seconds into this match, CM Punk, Sheamus, and R-Truth came out, and they started quadruple teaming Cena, hitting him with all these moves. I don't know why they didn't do this on the show, but CM Punk got some Diet Pepsis thrown into the ring, and they all started celebrating with Diet Pepsi, and CM Punk was mocking Stone Cold, and then Stone Cold came out and hit the stunner on everyone, and John Cena covered The Miz technically to win, and they celebrated to everyone, that we were told to leave by Justin Roberts. I was I'm not teaching.
He just gets on the mic and goes, "Get out, get out, get out."
Leave. Thanks for coming. Now get the fuck out. And also, there are two more things. There were 2 sort of questionable chants during the show started. One of them actually was during a commercial break that we thought was on the air. I was like, yo, I'm going to start an asshole chant right now. And it started
apparently
ringing
no
out.
one can hear us. Just throwing that out there.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can hear me.
I guess we'll have to catch in the archive.
listening right now on Stitcher, they can hear us, and the people on Angry Marks can hear us, and Wild Talk Radio can hear us. So yeah.
It's already live audience. I don't know what to say.
Well, they can't hear you, so you don't have to say anything.
Yeah,
that was raw. It was okay, I guess.
No, questionable chance. Did you start a chant?
Oh, but there was a Cena Swallows chant during the main event. I don't know if that caught on TV.
No, it didn't.
There's a small Cena Swallows chant. It was funny.
That's kind of weird.
That's risque.
Yeah, it was very risque.
That was not PG.
No, it's not. No.
All right.
Neither was Stone Cold the entire show.
Also, just throwing this out there, apparently people refreshed and they can hear us again. Sorry, listeners. I'm gonna blame that on Blog Talk Radio because none of you guys hit the switchboard, did you? None of you bumped it with an elbow or spilled the Pepsi on it, right?
I don't know. Maybe we unplugged it. So now, for the sake of our live audience, we have to do that entire recap all over.
All right.
So I left my house at 6 o'clock.
But no, we should go ahead and call it quits for the night, for the episode. It's been long, 90 minutes, people. You guys talk about
this
Raw
is
being long.
Extra bonus edition.
Take some of that. And, yeah. Okay, that's getting provocative.
We didn't get to hear the stupid birds.
No, but that will return next week.
I had to.
Okay. So next week, the return of trending topics. Of course, cheers and cheers. Hey, I think that's a keeper. That's 4 weeks in a row. Big thanks to Eddie Kingston for being on the show. We had a great time talking to him. Check out AIW Chikara this month. Also, UWF on pay-per-view on your television. None of that IPTV garbage that Eddie hates so much. Stitcher app. I don't know how many times I'm going to say this. Go put that on your phone right now. It's so convenient. Get it done. Listen to us on the go. iTunes, wildtalkradio.com, angrymarks.com. We are everywhere, and we thank you for listening.
iTunes.
I did say iTunes.
iTunes again.
That was a strong close going.
Subscribe to us twice in iTunes. That's how good we are.
Anyway, we love you guys. Thanks for checking us out. We'll be back next week live. Stay tuned to talkImpactRadio.com for more information. And as always, don't text and drive. Good night, America.
Happy
Good night,
birthday.
Canada.